Good morning, everyone. It's Marius Nazare here.
I'm Chris Mulry.
And this is the London Property Podcast / vlog. We're doing the fourth weekly series now. And as usual, we're going to start off with this week just one news article. There haven't been a lot of interesting kind of property news that we can really talk. So there's one that Chris will mention which is relevant.
Yeah, lots of news, but nothing property related this week. We've looked quite hard. So it's sorry to bore you if we talk about politics every single week, but there's a lot of politics news out there. And the article that I saw was about John McDonald, who's the Shadow Chancellor, who's basically pulling the strings of the Labour Party at the moment. And several weeks ago he said he dropped something on the Andrew Marr show, which was, I had to rewind it and look at it 2 or 3 times because I couldn't believe what I was hearing. And it was, he said that what Labour plan to do is for tenants living in properties, after a certain number of years, I think 3 years or something, they give them the right to purchase the property from the landlord. And it kind of appeared to be similar to right to buy that the Conservatives had throughout the 80s, where a tenant had the right to buy a council house. It would be basically the same, but in the private sector. So that sent shivers running down my spine. Immediately I was thinking, oh God, what's this going to do to the market? This is absolutely horrific. If there isn't uncertainty at the moment, wait for that to be introduced. But then I read a couple of days ago, John McDonald clarified that, we wouldn't want to hit, families who've got 1 property for their pension or 2 properties. We wouldn't want to hit those people. It'd be more targeted for the larger kind of institutional type investors with big portfolios, the super rich. So I breathed a slight sigh of relief but at the same time,
Still outrageous.
Yeah, it's still.
That is in the news section for this week. So Labour's plans are quite frightening for landlords and.
So what would it mean if that policy came in? I mean, think it through.
Yeah.
What would it actually mean?
It's just it's ridiculous anyway. But it's tricky not to get involved, into politics with stuff like this, because there'll always be an argument for and against. So I think we should leave it at that. I think it's outrageous, and I think Labour's policies, especially when it comes to property, are, we'll see anyway. But
they're radical.
Will be radical. It's diplomatic. All right. So we're going to talk about sell of the week, and as it has been the case for the last 3 to 4 weeks, the hot listing of the week ends up being the sale of the week. So Saxon Hall, the property which we mentioned on last week's vlog, we picked up the keys at 11:30 in the morning on last Friday, and it was sold by 12:30. Not even. We had like 2 viewings. We were there for a few hours, to be honest. We started doing a bit of Instagram and some content for social media. But that is a great deal, and we sold it pretty much within an hour. We kind of expected this, didn't we? You called it, you said on Thursday night, he was like, yeah, we're going to sell this. We're going to get the keys on Friday and EBC and photographs and floor plans done. But we sold it on Friday, so quite a really good deal, to be honest.
We don't have the details yet to even publish it. Everything we do.
No, there's no link.
We'll put a link at the bottom.
We'll just put the brochure
in a week or so's time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good flat. And coming on to what we've actually got for hot listing of the week. It's quite tough, really, because there's not a huge amount now coming to the market.
Yeah.
And we do have something that's off market at the moment, and it's in a building called Quadrangle Tower. It's got views of Hyde Park on the 12th floor, and it was previously on the market about 6 months ago for $925, and the client on this one would take somewhere. Well, he'd take a sizable discount. One, because it's motivation to get it shifted. When you're just about to remortgage a property, you really have to make a decision whether am I going to do the remortgage or am I going to sell it? And it's at that point. And next year there's some new taxes that come in April that affect this particular landlord. I'm trying to remember what the taxes are, but it's going to cost an extra something like 25,000-30,000 for him to keep it beyond April next year. So it's always good, to try and put something under offer before the end of the tax year. For some clients, it's a motivating time to get something done financially. So that one's not on the market, so we don't really have any links or anything, but just contact us about that.
Number somewhere here. That's a 2-bed modern, isn't it? A two bed.
Yeah, 2 beds.
Yeah,
So
really nice views as well.
square feet.
Very bright. It's on a high floor, so it's very easy to rent. In a good block as well. Portland is well managed, just like the Devonport development that we discussed 2 weeks ago or a week ago.
Yeah, we'll get somewhere in the region of $750 a week in income.
Yeah.
Guide price on it, $875, that kind of level.
Yeah.
Because it's off market. 820 square feet, and it's got a long lease as well.
Sort of property ready to go. Really, you buy it, you can rent it out, or you can enjoy it for yourself. Service charges are okay as well for the Portland. I mean, it's a good development. It's well maintained, and you've got access to communal gardens as well. So all in all, I think that can be classified as hot listing of the week. Right, now on to your questions. We've restructured it. Well, we're trying to see if we can fit in more questions, but give snappier, more brief answers, yet still provide the value. So the first question, which we're going to kind of address, what are the costs of purchasing a property? So besides obviously the purchase price of a property, you will need to factor in stamp duty, which is paid on completion. So that will range depending on whether you're a first-time buyer or if you have already a property, because you're going to be on the higher stamp duty tax, which isn't great, and that's obviously part of the tax changes that we've experienced previously. You're going to obviously have to pay for solicitors and disbursements and all those legal fees during the process of acquiring the property. What else would we say? These are the big ones.
You don't have to have a survey. It's
yeah.
discretionary, but most people choose to have a survey.
If you're a cash buyer, it's important to do that. You don't need to, but when you're taking out a mortgage, the bank will send somebody to do evaluation on the property anyway, so you're covered on that basis that there isn't anything majorly wrong with the property you're buying. When you're buying with cash, that's up to you. It's always good advisory to do it, especially if it's second-hand property. New builds, if you're buying new build, it's different because you've got usually 10-year build warranty. But with especially if it's a run-down property and you want to do refurb and all these things, definitely get a survey done. It's worth the extra cost. It can save you a lot of money and a lot of headache further down the line. Is there anything else major in terms of acquisition costs?
Acquisition costs, no.
I think those are the 3 big ones. Well, solicitors and stamp duty. Stamp duty is the biggest one, and we talked about it previously. How obviously it's affected a lot of people, and it's definitely made it more expensive.
Yeah, we've talked about it previously because that's the biggest barrier to entry.
Yeah.
But saying that, in London or in the UK in general, stamp duty is still relatively quite low compared to a lot of cities and countries across the world. So, but yeah, only those 3. So there's no agency fees on the way in, unless you're using a buying agent, but most people don't. So a lot of our buyers they're quite surprised a lot of the time because they're foreign and they're used to paying a fee. Most of them. you know, because in other countries you do pay a fee to the agent.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, in the UK it's not like that. So very little entry level costs to London property. So yeah, actually our next question was, should I have a survey? So I think you pretty much answered that.
Yeah.
All I would add is, when you have a survey, even if you don't feel like you need one, get one done anyway, because the surveyor, you know, it's their job, it's their profession to spot any defects in the property, such as, for example, subsidence or dry rot or wet rot or things like that, depending on which type of survey you have. But anyway.
Yeah, definitely get a survey. It's worth the extra. You're already incurring big costs. You might as well add the extra few pounds and, like I said, save yourself some money and a lot of headache further down the line.
If they get it right, if they miss something as well, I point out, if they miss something which affects you later down the line financially, say if they miss that the flat's got, I don't know, dry rot, and you pay for a survey that is supposed to cover all of these things, and your surveyor misses it, then you can potentially kind of claim on an insurance later down the line. So it's like an insurance policy. So
yeah,
if you do have a survey done, keep it safe.
Yeah. There we go. I guess that concludes a lot shorter and snappier version of our vlog. Week 4. We will be back next week with more useful, and hopefully we'll have more in the news to talk about when it comes to property. I guess when are the manifestos out?
No.
Not really. So that would definitely be part. Yeah, the political manifestos are definitely going to be out soon, I guess, because people need to know what the two parties are, you know, promising.
Yeah.
I emphasize the word promising.
I've looked on both. Yeah, exactly.
I emphasize the word promising.
I've looked on both websites, and it's just it's
just a lot of fluff,
fluffy, and very grey at the moment.
Sounds like politics for every time, but anyway.
Politics for dummies.
Yeah.
There's no kind of hardcore facts, so we can't really bring you in much
It'll be
news.
interesting to see obviously what will be released over the next couple of weeks in the lead up to the election.
Yeah.
Anyway, that concludes our vlog number 4. We hope you found it valuable. Your feedback and comments are really appreciated, because we are trying to obviously improve the format and make it a lot better. You can follow us on social media, links in the description. Obviously we're quite active on Instagram and LinkedIn. Chris is, you know, a LinkedIn guru. And yeah, we'll be more than happy to connect with everybody, and we await your feedback. And otherwise, yeah, see you next week.
See you next week.